solo teams match going to the local side. The riders in heat number 2, the Queenslanders, Noel Skinner in position number 2, riding with Scott Smith in position number 4. The New South Wales pairing, Szauter in position number 1, riding with Shane Haggerty in position number 3. The riders moving to the tapes for heat number 2. The riders set at the starting gate, the race underway. Szauter from New South Wales leading around the first turn, but it's Noel Skinner moving around the outside and taking the lead. Skinner ahead of Szauter, Haggerty in third place. The Queensland rider leading the New South Wales pairing, with Scott Smith moving up on the outside of Shane Haggerty. Smith on the high line as they move through the first turns. Draws level coming down the back straight and moves into the third place, entering turn number 3. Skinner from Szauter, Scott Smith now up into third place. The riders this time taking the yellow flag. Skinner with a very big lead as he heads down the back straight on the last lap in the second heat of this solo teams match through the final turns. And it's Noel Skinner moving on to take the checkered flag as he finishes ahead of Szauter. Scott Smith in third place. Once again, a 4-2 result to the Queensland side, and the progressive score, Queensland 8, New South Wales 4 points at the end of heat number 2. Heat number 3, the next race to be decided, Queensland riding with Alan Rivett in position number 1, his partner Paul Stewart position 3, Stephen Davies for New South Wales in position 2, riding with Platt. Very tight around the first turn, Stephen Davies sandwiched between the two Queenslanders. And it's Paul Stewart moving into the lead. Paul Stewart ahead of Davies. Rivett in third spot. 1 lap completed in heat number 3. Once again, the Queensland riders dominating this solo teams match. Paul Stewart with a handy lead as he heads Stephen Davies through turns 3 and 4. The riders this time moving up to take the yellow flag. 1 lap left to complete heat number 3. No change in the positions. Paul Stewart with a very handy lead as he moves down the back straight on the last lap in this event through turns 3 and 4. And it's Paul Stewart moving on to take the checkered flag as he finishes ahead of Stephen Davies. Alan Rivett in third place. Another 4-2 result to the Queensland side, who now lead this team's event 12 points to 6. The Queenslanders certainly showing good form early in tonight's solo teams event. We move on now to heat number 4, Queensland with Brent Collyer in position number 2, riding with Scott Smith, position number 4, New South Wales with Mick Poole in position 1 and Scott Fisher in position 3. The riders once again set at the tapes. Up go the tapes, the race underway. Mick Poole jumping into the lead from the start and heading Brent Collyer and Scott Smith around the first turns. The New South Wales captain heading Collyer and Smith around turns 3 and 4. 1 lap completed in heat number 4. The Queenslanders with all the work to do in this race. Mick Poole continuing to show the way down the back straight on lap number 2. Brings his bike through turns 3 and 4. Quite a handy lead for Mick Poole at this stage of the event. No change in the placings. Still Mick Poole ahead of Brent Collyer. Smith still in third place. The riders very spread out at this stage of heat number 4. Coming through the final turns. And it's Mick Poole, the first one to the checkered flag, finishing ahead of Brent Collyer. Scott Smith in third place. A 3-all result in heat number 4. And the Queenslanders leading this team's match 15 points to 9. Moving on now to heat number 5. Queensland represented by Paul Stewart in position 1, riding with Alan Rivett in position number 3. New South Wales with Leigh Fernance in position number 2, and Mick Poole backing up once again and riding from position number 4. The riders once again getting set at the tapes. The green light on, up go the tapes, the race underway. Mick Poole jumping into the lead and heading Paul Stewart around the first turns. The New South Wales rider heading the field in heat number 5. Mick Poole leading from Paul Stewart. Leigh Fernance in third place. Alan Rivett at the tail of the field. 1 lap completed in this event. The New South Wales captain very high on the track through the first and second turns, continuing to head the Toowoomba rider, Poole Stewart. The riders on this occasion moving up to take the yellow flag. 1 lap left to complete heat number 5. The New South Wales rider continuing to show the way. Poole Stewart not far behind, but unable to bridge the gap between he and the New South Wales captain. The riders moving up to the checkered flag, and it's victory in heat number 5, going to Mick Poole, finishing ahead of Poole Stewart. Leigh Fernance in 3rd place. 4 points to the New South Wales pairing, 2 points to Queensland, and at this stage of the event, Queensland with a 4-point lead, 17 points to 13 against the New South Wales team. The racing now moves to the 3-wheel division. The riders to line up from the inside, Bill Sewell Jr., Ross Brown, Kim French and Bill Sewell Sr. The race underway. Bill Sewell Jr. heading Ross Brown around the first turn. Not much between this pair as they come off turn number 2 and head down the back straight. Sewell with the advantage over Brown, coming through turns 3 and 4. Brown turning down to the inside, unable to find a way through on the inside of Sewell. Sewell continuing to show the way through turns 1 and 2. Bill Sewell Jr. certainly been in fine form in the sidecar division in Queensland over recent months. Moves up and takes the yellow flag in this opening sidecar race. Ross Brown still with the job ahead of him as he continues to pursue the race leader, Bill Sewell Jr. This leading pair certainly cleared out from the opposition in this event. Through the final turns, and it's Bill Sewell Jr. moving on and taking the checkered flag as he leads home Ross Brown. Kim French filling the 3rd place in the opening sidecar event at the Exhibition Ground Speedway. Continuing with the sidecar racing, the riders to line up in this next event from the inside, Scott Johnston, Steve Taylor, Gary Sewell and Mike Kent. The race underway. Well, Steve Taylor in all sorts of trouble coming out of the starting gate. Steve Taylor really with kangaroo juice in the bike. The red lights coming on. A complete rerun required to this sidecar scratch race. Steve Johnston unable to make the start. The race underway. 3 wide going into turn number 1. Gary Sewell forging his way through to the lead. Mike Kent moving around the outside of Sewell, unable to complete the pass. Sewell with the advantage as they come through turns 3 and 4. 1 lap completed. Gary Sewell ahead of Mike Kent. Steve Taylor in 3rd place. Mike Kent got the job ahead of him as he continues to chase the race leader, Gary Sewell. Sewell with a handy advantage down the back straight on lap number 2. The riders this time moving up and taking the yellow flag. 1 lap left to complete this sidecar race. Kent continuing to chase Gary Sewell. Sewell with the advantage, showing the way down the back straight. Sewell now moving through the final turns, and he moves on and takes the checkered flag and victory in the second of tonight's sidecar races, finishing ahead of Mike Kent with Steve Taylor in 3rd place. A very eventful race for Steve Taylor. Certainly a lot of drama in getting away at the first attempt to run that particular event. The racing now moves back to the solo teams match. Queensland with a 4-point lead at this stage of the event. Heat number 6, Queensland with Dave Watt in position 2 and Tony Rose position 4. New South Wales with Chris Szauter in position 1 and Scott Fisher in position 3. The race underway. Leading around the first turn, the rider in blue, Dave Watt, with the Queensland captain, Tony Rose, moving up on his outside as they head down the back straight. Tony Rose on the high line, Dave Watt on the low line. The Queenslanders running 1st and 2nd in heat number 6. Chris Szauter from New South Wales in 3rd place, but it's the Queensland riders dominating this event. Tony Rose continuing to head his partner, Dave Watt. The riders on this occasion moving up to take the yellow flag. The Queensland captain, Tony Rose, heading his partner as they move through turns 1 and 2. This certainly will make it difficult for New South Wales as these riders come through the final turns. And it's heat number 6, won by Tony Rose, finishing ahead of his partner, Dave Watt. Chris Szauter in 3rd place. 5 points to Queensland, 1 point to New South Wales, and Queensland increased their lead to 22 points to 14, an 8-point advantage at the completion of heat number 6. Moving on to heat number 7, Queensland with Noel Skinner, position 1, riding with Brent Collyer, position 3, New South Wales, Stephen Davies, position 4, riding with Platt, position 2. Stephen Davies making it 3 wide around the first turn as he heads Brent Collyer. Davies from Collyer, Skinner in 3rd place. Stephen Davies with the advantage in heat number 7 as they complete the first lap. No change in the positions. Davies heading Collyer and Skinner. New South Wales look like providing a winner to heat number 7, but with the Queenslanders running 2nd and 3rd, it'll be a 3-all result and still an 8-point lead to this Queensland side. The race on its last lap. No change in the positions. The local riders still holding down 2nd and 3rd places. And as they move to the checkered flag in heat number 7, the win going to New South Wales, Stephen Davies, followed home by Brent Collyer and Noel Skinner. 3 points to Queensland, 3 points to New South Wales, and the progressive score, Queensland 25, New South Wales 17. Heat number 8 brings together Dave Watt in position 1, riding with Scott Smith, position 3. Shane Haggerty, position 2, riding with Leigh Fernance, position 4. The race underway. Scott Smith moving around the outside of Shane Haggerty, coming off turn number 2. The Queenslanders running 1st and 2nd in heat number 8. Dave Watt ahead of Scott Smith, Shane Haggerty in 3rd place. 1 lap completed in heat number 8, and the Queensland pairing set for maximum points again. Dave Watt going on with the job as he heads his partner down the back straight. The bike's now coming through turns 3 and 4. The yellow flag on display, 1 lap left to complete this event. The Queenslanders really running away with heat number 8. Dave Watt continuing to show the way. The riders now moving through the final turns, and it's Dave Watt, the first one to the checkered flag, only to be excluded for losing part of his muffler during the running of the event. The win going to Scott Smith, finishing ahead of Shane Haggerty and Leigh Fernance. A 3-all result in heat number 8, and the progressive score, Queensland 28, New South Wales 20. Heat number 9, the next race to be decided. Paul Stewart in position 2, riding with Alan Rivett, position 4. Scott Fisher in position 1, riding with Chris Szauter, position 3. The race underway. Paul Stewart grabbing the lead around the first turn. Alan Rivett on the outside of Chris Szauter, moving up into 2nd place. Stewart from Rivett, Szauter in 3rd place. Once again, the Queenslanders running 1st and 2nd. 1 lap completed in heat number 9. Paul Stewart continuing to show good form as he leads this race. His partner, Alan Rivett, running in 2nd place. Chris Szauter unable to make any impression on the Queensland riders ahead of him. The field this time taking the yellow flag. 1 lap left to complete heat number 9. Stewart really running away with this event. Heads down the back straight on the final occasion. And Stewart moves on to take the checkered flag in heat number 9, finishing ahead of Alan Rivett. Chris Szauter in 3rd place. 5 points to Queensland, 1 point to New South Wales, and the progressive score, Queensland 33, New South Wales 21. Heat number 10 brings together Dave Watt in position number 2, riding with Tony Rose, position 4. Stephen Davies, position 1, riding with Shane Haggerty, position 3. Stephen Davies heading Tony Rose around the first turn. Stephen Davies with the advantage as they head down the back straight on lap number 1. Shane Haggerty in 3rd place, the Queensland captain chasing Stephen Davies. This time Rose looks to move on the inside, makes a strong move. Davies looking to come again. Nothing between this pair as they head down the back straight on lap number 2. Rose now through into the lead, Davies in 2nd place. Rose the first one to the yellow flag in heat number 10. Can Davies come again? Tony Rose with the advantage heading down the back straight. He's been unbeaten so far in this solo teams event. And as they move to the checkered flag in heat number 10, Tony Rose finishes ahead of Stephen Davies. Dave Watt in 3rd place. 4 points to Queensland, 2 points to New South Wales, and the progressive score, Queensland 37, New South Wales 23. Once again, the racing moves back to the sidecar division. The riders in this next event from the inside, Bill Sewell Senior, Bill Sewell Junior, Ross Brown and the lady rider Kim French. Up go the tapes. Bill Sewell Jr. jumping into the lead. Ross Brown in second place as they head around the first turn. Bill Sewell Sr. running in third place. Bill Sewell Jr. with a handy lead as he comes through turns 3 and 4. One lap now completed in this event. Ross Brown running in second place. A good scrap for third spot. Bill Sewell Sr. just ahead of Kim French. Sewell on the low line, French on the high line as they come off turn number 2 down the back straight, and Kim French looking to move around the outside of Bill Sewell Senior. And French moving up into third place as they take the yellow flag. This time French staying on the low line as they move past the pits, down the back straight on the last occasion. French coming through turns 3 and 4, and as they come to the checkered flag, the win going to Ross Brown, finishing ahead of Kim French. Bill Sewell Senior in third place. Bill Sewell Jr., the early leader, withdrawing with mechanical problems during the running of that event. The starters for the next sidecar race from the inside, Mike Kent, Steve Taylor, Rodney Gray and Gary Sewell, and it's Sewell leading Kent as they move through turns 1 and 2. Taylor in third place. Nothing between these riders as they head down the back straight. Kent in second place, coming under a lot of pressure from Steve Taylor. Still Gary Sewell with the advantage at the completion of lap number 1. Once again, Steve Taylor with a strong challenge on the inside of Mike Kent. Still Sewell leading the way as they move down the back straight. Sewell ahead of Kent, Taylor in third place. The yellow flag on display, 1 lap left to complete this sidecar event. The battle continuing through turns 1 and 2. Sewell still with a narrow advantage, Kent in second place. This time Kent looks to make a move around the outside of Sewell as they come to the checkered flag. Very tight as they cross the finishing line. The win going to Gary Sewell, finishing ahead of Mike Kent. Steve Taylor in third place. A very good sidecar race. A job well done by Gary Sewell, the winner of that event. The sidecars now moving back to the pit area. The next race to be decided, heat number 11 of the solo teams event. Queensland with Brent Collyer in position 1, riding with Noel Skinner position 3. New South Wales with Leigh Fernance in position 2, riding with the New South Wales captain Mick Poole, lining up in position number 4. The riders set at the tapes, waiting for a start to heat number 11. The race underway. Mick Poole moving around the outside of Brent Collyer and taking the lead as they head down the back straight. Poole leading from Collyer, Skinner in third place. New South Wales desperate for points at this stage of the event. Poole with the advantage at the end of lap number 1. The Queensland pair, Collyer and Skinner, racing side by side. Down the back straight on lap number 2, and it's Noel Skinner biting the dust, entering turn number 3. Leigh Fernance getting involved in the skirmish, running up on the grass and also falling. The race continuing. Skinner picking his bike up and wheeling it to the infield. Mick Poole continuing to lead the way. The riders moving to the checkered flag in heat number 11. Only the 2 finishers. Mick Poole finishing ahead of Brent Collyer. Skinner and Fernance both excluded in heat number 11. A 3-2 result to New South Wales, and the progressive score, Queensland 39, New South Wales 26. Moving on now to heat number 12, the Queensland pair to line up. Alan Rivett in position 2, Scott Smith in position number 4, and the New South Wales pairing, Chris Szauter to line up in position number 1, and Stephen Davies in position number 3. The riders getting set for a start to heat number 12. The race underway. Stephen Davies around the outside and heading Scott Smith as they move down the back straight. Alan Rivett on the outside of Chris Szauter. Once again, the Queensland riders running second and third. Stephen Davies leading the event. New South Wales very much in need of points, almost in a hopeless situation at this stage of the match. Stephen Davies continuing to show the way. Scott Smith throwing everything into it as he chases the New South Wales rider. The yellow flag in heat number 12. 1 lap left to complete this race. Still Davies out in front. Smith hanging on in second place. Not much between this pair as they move down the back straight through the final turns. And it's Stephen Davies moving on and taking the checkered flag in heat number 12, finishing ahead of Scott Smith. Alan Rivett in third place. A 3-all result, and the progressive score, Queensland 42, New South Wales 29, a 13-point lead to the local side. Moving on now to heat number 13, Queensland with Brent Collyer position 1, riding with Tony Rose position 3. New South Wales with its top pairing, Stephen Davies in position 2, and Mick Poole lining up in position number 4. Heat number 13 about to get underway. Up go the tapes. Stephen Davies heading the field around the first turn. There's Tony Rose moving around the outside and taking the lead. Mick Poole with a strong move on the outside, moves up into second place. Rose ahead of Poole, Davies in third place, Collyer at the tail of the field. 1 lap completed in heat number 13. Tony Rose unbeaten so far in this solo teams match, heading the way in heat number 13. Still Rose ahead of Poole, Davies in third place. The riders this time taking the yellow flag. Rose continuing on his winning way as he heads down the back straight on the last lap in heat number 13. Moves through the final turns. And it's Tony Rose taking the checkered flag and victory in heat number 13 as he finishes ahead of the New South Wales pair of Mick Poole and Stephen Davies. 3-all the result in heat number 13, and the progressive score, Queensland 45, New South Wales 32. Another very good ride by Rose, the winner of that event. Heat number 14, the next race to be decided. Queensland lining up with Paul Stewart in position 2, riding with Noel Skinner in position 4. New South Wales with Platt in position 1 and Shane Haggerty in position number 3. Waiting for a start to heat number 14. Up go the tapes. And it's the Queensland pairing running first and second. Paul Stewart heading his partner Noel Skinner as they move down the back straight on lap number 1. Stewart ahead of Skinner, the New South Wales rider. Platt running in third place. Platt really got no answers as he chases this Queensland pair. Skinner in second place, had a fall in his previous ride. He's back on deck again, riding with Paul Stewart in heat number 14. Stewart this time taking the yellow flag. The Toowoomba rider been in fine form, as has Tony Rose in this solo match. Brings his bike through turns 3 and 4 as they move to the checkered flag in heat number 14. The win going to Paul Stewart, finishing ahead of his partner Noel Skinner. Platt finishing in third place. 5 points to Queensland, 1 point to New South Wales. Queensland now reaching 50 points. New South Wales 33, with just 1 heat remaining in this solo teams event. Heat number 15 brings together from Queensland, Paul Stewart in position 2, riding with Tony Rose position 4, New South Wales with Stephen Davies position 1, riding with Mick Poole position 3. Up go the tapes, the race underway. Stephen Davies leading around the first turn. Mick Poole sandwiched between the two Queenslanders, coming off turn number 2. Tony Rose with a strong move around the outside. Davies on the inside, Rose on the outside, battling for the lead in heat number 15. Mick Poole looking to move up on the inside of Paul Stewart. Stewart comes again. Rose from Davies. Nothing between Stewart and Poole as they head down the back straight. Wonderful speedway in heat number 15. Paul Stewart now moving on the inside of Davies and up into second place. Davies comes again on the inside. Stewart holds his line on the outside and maintains the second position. The riders coming through turns 3 and 4 as they head to the checkered flag in heat number 15. The win going to Tony Rose. He finishes ahead of his partner Paul Stewart Stephen Davies in third place. Queensland finished this match with a 5-1 result in heat number 15. Tony Rose celebrates a 15-point maximum with a wheel stand down the back straight. Congratulations to the Queensland squad.